walking down the street one evening in Austin with a friend of mine, and I noticed a dude walking towards me. He notices me, we lock eyes, and he immediately stops me and says, "You have to introduce yourself. I would love to take you for a drink." So the three of us went out for a drink. We all had a great time, got to know each other a little more. My girlfriend excused herself. Him and I continued on and had a lovely evening. Called it a night, invited me to breakfast the next day. I told him why not. He was only in town for business and he was flying out the next afternoon. So went to breakfast, and afterwards I thought, okay, this is someone who I would like to get to know more. So I spent a lot of time in Europe. This man consistently was calling me, FaceTiming me, checking in on me, and having like good conversations, not just like, hey, how's your day going? But on the phone for, 30, 40 minutes at a time. He's getting updates, trying to learn about me. And this went on for a while. By the time I get back in the States, he's like, listen, I'm gonna make a plan. I wanna come see you. He flew back in, he lives in California. He flew back in Austin. He works for a tech company. He used to play for the NFL. 4 days together. Not those kind of days. Sharing to me every single detail of his life in detail. It's consistent, it's honest, it's not moving too fast. I have another international trip planned. Here I am. He's like, I want to make sure I see you before you go, but I'm going to come visit you while you're gone as well. So he flies back in, comes to see me. And it got to the point to where this man is telling me he's going to relocate to Austin. He was in the midst of hiring my girlfriend as his real estate agent. He's going to hire my other friend who's a teacher as the au pair for the child. Literally on the plane, on my way to Argentina. He's got plans to come see me. And I get a phone call. I missed the call. It was a voicemail. I got a call from him saying, hey, my ex got your information and my son was speaking about you. She knows we're getting serious. She may be trying to call you to start some stuff. And I've been in a bad situation. I know what this looks like. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, I don't entertain foolishness. I'm not dealing with these people. I'm not answering the phone. And he was like, I'll take care of it. I'm going to speak to her. It's not. I was like, okay. They were supposedly having been broken up for 2 years. This was a long-term relationship. I'm on the plane, Argentina. I land. I get here the next morning. I get a text message from him, which reads, he can no longer continue this friendship. He is married. I'm sorry. What? I have been talking to you for 5 months. I realize, oh, this wasn't his ex calling. This is his wife calling me. I call her back. I'm on the phone with this woman for 45 minutes. He's there. I was like, is he there? She's like, I live with him. Of course he's there. I was like, he presented himself as a fully single man. She was like, what? I was like, and he's in the background. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I felt like I was in a movie. She's telling me all this stuff. She's like, oh, you know about this? And I said, I know about everything. Every single detail this man told me was accurate. He left her out. He was like, we go to the gym together every day. He calls me from the gym. I said, I have seen FaceTimes of your house, the house you're getting repaired. He was telling me we're moving on. I said, I don't know how that's going to happen because my girlfriend is his real estate agent. It was insane. He had been erasing everything that, all the messages we sent back and forth. So I told her, I went ahead, I sent this woman 84 screenshots. I told her that he was coming here to Argentina on February 13th. She said, how is he going to do that? Because that's my birthday. We were having so many conversations that were important to when you start a relationship, trying to ask questions about the past, how you interact with people, being honest about your style of communication. I specifically asked this man, when was his last relationship? How long did it go? Did it end? How many times has he been married? Is there anyone that thinks you're in a relationship with him? Is anyone going to be coming after me? And then he even said to me, I once dated someone who had a whole nother life and didn't tell me about it. I scrubbed the internet looking for this man. I looked him up and there was no mention of a wife. There was no photos. And he told me he was single. He was always on the phone with me, always talking, always never gave me one reason to think otherwise. I wanted to give you details of the phone call because, as I said, once I got that text message, I picked up the phone and called the number who was calling me yesterday. Once I realized this was his wife. She answered the phone And she literally said, "Is this Sharita?" And I said, "It is." And I said, "Is this Erica?" Because I had reverse looked up the phone number, so I knew her name as well. And I kind of just stopped on the phone. I thought she was gonna like start going off on me or something, but no. And it was kind of quiet, and I was like, "Can I ask you why you called me yesterday?" And she proceeded to say, "Yes, I was trying to see why you were having an affair with my husband." I said, "So your husband presented himself as a single man." I was like, "We have been talking," and then I started going into detail. "We have been talking since August. Like and I gave her the story, how he met me on the street. He stopped me, asked me asked me to go out for a drink, this and that and other. I let her know that how much information that he had shared with me about his life, and how I had no idea that he was married at all because of the history, what he told me about them. I told her about what he had even said about her and why they broke up, and why things didn't work out, and the things he didn't like about her and whatnot. She told me, that he told her that I was looking for a job, and that's why him and I had connected. And we were as a friendship, and he apologized to her for not, disclosing it earlier. And so she said, "So you're not looking for a job?" I said, "I am gainfully employed. I am not looking for a position. No, I'm not." I said, "This was never a friendship. This was always something that was being pursued as a romantic relationship." And she was like, "Well, he told me that you all only talked on the phone like 9 times. I said, "Like yesterday, 9 times maybe." Because at this point, the relationship, even though it wasn't a full-on blown relationship, but I mean, our relationship had progressed. So this was the kicker to me. So not only, did she, 2 things. She told me, she's like, I had a feeling that, something was going on because things weren't quite adding up. And, I saw your picture on FaceTime. It was on the phone when you called a couple times. And she said, he was texting someone else back in September. And I caught that and I put a stop to it. And I was thinking, okay, so your husband has definitely done this before. So I then told her, I was like, well, I was in Europe at that point. So maybe he got bored and, and then she said to me, she said, "I thought you were just a business contact because he hired someone to portray you at a meeting that he said he was going to." And I was like, "Did you?" And at this point, I was like, "What?" I was like, this man has gone so far to have a paid actor play me somewhere. I didn't even go in to get all the details of that because it sounded so ridiculous on his part. But she was telling me how she used to take these trips to Austin with him, and he would not let her go the last few times. I said yes, because he was coming to see me. And I let her know how many phone calls we've had, how he had FaceTimed me, how all this stuff. So, he has a child. And I said, he told me, that he was looking for a mother for his child. Now, she is not the mother of the child. She's the stepmom. And I was like, she's like, I was like, who am I then? Who am I supposed to be? I said, I don't know. You weren't around in the picture. So that was a huge blow to her because here he is presenting himself as a single father. So she, we kept talking back and forth, and then he's in the background. And I'm like, "Is he there now?" She's like, "Yes, he's there." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I live with him. He's here all the time. Like, we go out to dates. We do everything." I said, "I get pictures from like almost everything that he does." She's like, "I guess he just cuts me out of them." So I was like, "He was at an NFL event last Saturday." She's like, "Yeah, I was there." And I said, "I know what you had for dinner." Like, it was crazy how much information. People always say when you have the side chick or whatever, you never get everything. You never get the full story. I got the complete full story. He just left her out of everything. And then, she was like, "I just want to, I just ask you that if you don't contact my husband again." I said, "Ma'am, I will never be speaking to your husband ever again in life." I said, "Because I don't know this man. I didn't know who he presented himself to be." I said, "If I see him on the street, I don't know him. If I see him behind the wheel of a car, I might run him over though. That may happen." But I let her know, like, people were asking me, like, "Why did you go and tell all this stuff?" I said, "Because she had no record of it." She said that he had been erasing everything that we had been sharing. And she had no record of the conversation. So I said, I'll send you the proof. I said, "I will send you the proof." So I sent her all the screenshots. I said, "You might need these for court." But I don't think she's leaving this man, because I told her, I said, not only did he tell me that you all had been broken up for 2 years and were only in a long-term 7-year relationship, but
he told me that about his last relationship, about a girl that he was with in Phoenix, 5 months prior to me. So, which was fine. So clearly this is not the first time. So he has tried to cheat on you 3 times in the past year. Has gone so far to act as if your existence is not even there, that he is a single father. He's making plans to move to a different state with another woman. What? It literally, I got off the phone and I was just like, I was so shocked. She was so nice, she was so kind, and she even said to me, listen, I'm so sorry this happened to you, but trust me, your man is out there. Like, even after all this woman is trying to shed some positivity in my life. So, you know, I have to give her, I feel bad. I mean, I feel bad if she stays, I'll say that. But man, oh man, baby, the conversation, I didn't even know I was on the phone for that long, because we were just going back and forth comparing details and everything, and she was just listening to my story. So, yeah, so that was it. So, and then people also asked me, why did he never invited you to his home? But because he's caring for he had full custody of the child, and he had an 86-year-old elderly mother, which is also true, that he was caring for. So, like, I wasn't just walking into someone's house and staying with them or whatnot. And like I said, I'm a digital nomad. I travel all the time. He had a home base, and his work location was in Austin a lot. So yeah. So if you want this man's info, just follow me and shoot me a DM. But I hope this never happens to either any one of you. And I'm sorry for everyone who said that this has been their life as well. So, all right, that's my story. That's all I got for you. All right, talk to you soon.